and. That's better. And soft. 4 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. Okay. So I think you're already picking up on a lot of what I was going to do today, because we're playing loud all the time, and your loud volume is covering up all the really cool, interesting stuff. So I got you to play softer at B, which really helped, and then everyone else was like, oh, this is weird, so I got to play softer now too, which helped. But then maybe Brody and a few others didn't respond the same way. If everyone else is playing softer, you get to play a little softer too, right? What should happen here is that this section is soft. We can hear the other stuff going on, and around 37, we start a crescendo to C. And by the time we get to C, it's crazy loud, yes, but we got to be softer to start it, okay? Start at B, pick up the speed just a little bit, keep it very soft, and listen for new things within this, because I'm telling you, people are going to hear things they've never heard before. And then trumpets and flutes, shorter staccatos. Tut, 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 tut. Here we go. B. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, long and bum, bum, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, ta 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 ta, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2 and getting bigger, 4 and 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't be afraid to play louder, keyboards. Here we go. Shape the crescendo here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and not so loud. 4 and da, 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 da. Okay, so right there. Nice. So the only comment that I would have about C is that we need to make sure we hear each of the keyboards. Sometimes we only hear 1 or 2 people, but we've got to hear all 3 of you so we get all those parts. All right? Then when we get to D, flutes. I know it says forte, but again, if the 5 of you and the oboe are playing that melody part, it just gets really loud. The 5 of you like to play really loud. Then we don't hear the quarter notes from the second flute. And we don't hear then in the next couple measures. At 61 and 62, I want to hear more of the trumpet and the clarinet part, because that's really interesting. All right? Same idea here. When we get about 66, we're all going to start crescendoing to E. So let's hold back. 66, we start crescendoing to E. All right? So start at D. I know it says forte. Let's bring that down a little. All right? Here we go. D. Da, da, dee, da, 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 dee, da, da, dee, da. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, and. Getting louder. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. Shorter. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. All right. Yeah, so then because we're doing this, you fixed a lot of the problems coming up. I kept mentioning those shorter staccatos, and you guys did that. We don't always do a great job, flute and trumpet, of lining up the staccatos at 73. They don't need to be very loud. And if they're exactly the same style, they're nice and short, that's all we need. The audience notices it, and then we hear all these clarinet lines that we don't always hear, right? Because you guys cover them up. There's not a lot of them, they play soft. So then 73 and 74, I heard more clarinet. But same idea. Yes, it says mezzo piano, but if only 1 of you is playing that part or only 2 of you are playing that part, you might have to play a little louder. Altos, maybe 75, 76 was a little much. Because now that one's holding back, you get to hold back a little too. Okay? 77. Keep it soft, trumpet and oboe. You're playing that melody together. We want to hear her a little bit. Keep it soft and put a crescendo on it. And then those of you who came in at 79, pretty good. Pretty good. It's starting to clean up. Percussion, don't be afraid to be a little more involved on when your keyboard parts are lining up with these parts. Bring those out. Okay, let's start at E again. Really short, soft staccatos. E. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and ready, play. Better. And 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2. Okay. So you can almost guess then what I'm going to say from F to G, right? Because it's the same idea. Yes, flute, you're playing a really cool part with the oboe, but now also the altos are playing it with you sometimes. So it's getting louder, but we don't necessarily want it to get louder because, especially measure 83, what you guys are doing in the bass instruments, the bassoon, the bass clarinet, tenor, and bari sax, that part's awesome. We want more of that. You guys are playing a long note and you're overpowering really cool eighth notes with a long note. We don't want that. And then how about 84? The second clarinet in the alto part is crazy with all these eighth notes running down, but the trumpets are playing in melody with the flutes. We want to hear both parts, and you're not really paying attention to each other. So bring all those out, and that'll sound way more interesting. Okay, altos then the same at the 85 and 86. Your melody is really cool. Trumpets are still playing cool melody. We have like 3 different melodies, but flutes are playing loud. We're not listening to each other, okay? So let's back off, listen for all those interesting parts, okay? Short staccatos. Let's try it. Here we go. F. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and ready, play. And 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start crescendo. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we got excited. We got to G. We got to G. We weren't all in the same spot. Okay, we got a little excited. But at G, a lot of you have that staccato part. Bump, bump, bump. Some of you are getting a little long. Those notes are getting a little too long. It's getting a little crazy. Okay. The woodwind parts there are actually pretty nice. One of the woodwinds was ahead. That was it. And then when we get to 98, again, all of you have to play that articulation the same way. So that's oboe, clarinet 2, alto, and trumpet. Let me hear you play 88. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. They're round, but they've got to be really separated. Really attack those. Play that measure. 98. Ready? I'll give you count 1, play on 2. 1, 2, ready, and 1. There we go. A little more from the trumpet. I hear a ton of this because it's Caitlin and she's loud. A little less alto, a lot more trumpet. Again, that measure. 1, 2, ready, and 1. I like that. There we go. Here we go. 98, shorter articulations. It's big and aggressive. That's what we want. The lightning's crazy. And I see you guys using the spoon, which is nice, but you're doing this instead of like this. You're missing it. But it needs to be like, It's a tough playing a spring. Yeah, being a percussionist is real tough. Springs and stuff. Here we go. G. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and.